Gaurav, and this is a great platform to connect with each one of you. It's amazing hackathon organized by PMO Global Alliance. And I feel this is the need of the hour to just interact with different people through remote options and by the use of digital technologies. Briefly, I would tell about myself. I am having close to 17 years of experience in IT delivery, and I basically take care of robotic process automation projects, including different in different verticals, mainly in healthcare. And apart from this, I've been involved in various Six Sigma projects, plus business intelligence projects in my past previous companies. So I believe apart from this, I am very passionate about the agile way of working, since there is a lot of complexity, ambiguity, uncertainty going on. So I think agility and the business agility is the only way through which we can create innovative solutions, right, and adapt to market changes. And I think that is the main concept behind this hackathon, where we make use of autonomous technologies like robotic process automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and of course, collaboration tools through which we can interact and do the same type of work as we do through face-to-face interactions, right? So I believe there is a need to just adopt these new ways so that we are not falling short of any such area where we feel that we are not able to work. So I think this is a great platform to collaborate and give the best out of the current situation. So this is about me. I feel this is a great platform to connect with each one of you in this amazing platform, right? Thank you so much.
I like this participation. This is hackathon. It is my first time too. I never participation. This is in a hackathon. Is my first. I like because I know very different person and conversation with people, the different cultures and the different languages. For me, is very important. I like this participation, and I learning many different cultures. That's all. I help my friends in the work, and that's okay.
You're from Rio, Wesley? From Rio?
I'm from São Paulo.
São Paulo? Okay, São Paulo. Just like me. Yeah. So hi, nice to meet you all. I'm Deborah from Brazil, and as I said before, that was my first time in that kind of experience, and I thought it was really amazing because I really didn't think we were going to produce anything in the beginning. I think it was a little confusing, but I was positively surprised, and I was thinking probably because we have a very high level of professionals here, very competent, and then the ideas just got coming, and we have produced something really nice. And of course, there's still a lot to do, but I think it was a fantastic beginning for 1 week of work. And the good side is that really we met very nice people. It was a pleasure to meeting you all, and I'm sure we're going to work together from now on very nice things. So I want to thank you all. I want to see if Abhishek does a really good cake next time for all of us. Right? Okay. I don't know how we're going to do to prove it, but it's another problem. And then, well,
let's
and
hope,
I want to think.
Let's hope his cake is as good as he talks, as much as he talks or chats.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. My picture was better, but I didn't do that cake, so we'll stick with Abhishek's cake. And I want to thank you all, and I want to thank PMO Global Alliance in America for the opportunity, which was really, really nice. I felt very happy to participate. I think that's it. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. I'm Rafael Soares. I'm from Brazil. I live in the south of the country, in Porto Alegre. I've been project manager for 10 years now, and currently I'm the head of PMO, where I'm trying to make it more adaptive, to fully support the company's operation and this environment, this rapidly changing environment that we live today. So bringing new practices to the office to support all kind of projects in the organization. This was my first time in a hackathon. It was a great opportunity to use our knowledge as project manager. So I was saying that the hackathon was great for us as project managers to be able to use our knowledge, our experience to provide solutions to support PMOs, support organizations in this complicated moment. And it was a valuable experience, and I enjoyed knowing all of you and working with you. I'd like to thank the organization and all the talented team that was involved in this initiative. They were always willing to share the experience and knowledge among us. And well, we know this crisis will pass. We know that we'll be with our family and friends soon. We all know, we all miss them. In the meantime, please stay safe and healthy. Take care of yourselves. And like we did in this hackathon, try to use your capacity to help the others. We need to support each other in this tough moment. That's all. Thank you.
I think, Rafael, that was a very nice message that you gave at the end. And I think in the new world, we have to kind of stop saying sorry if our kids and family are working on work calls, because that's going to become part of the environment, so to say. So I think we have to not worry about it. In fact, sometimes we are maybe too serious, and I think it's interesting for kids to walk into some of these really serious calls. I always find it a lot of fun. Anyway, my name is Karthik. I'm based out of Bangalore. It's the same city that Abhishek lives out of. And so we haven't, even though we've kind of been interacting, we haven't obviously met given the current context, and except on the phone and through video. I think this was a really good experience. I really enjoyed myself. I think, as Deborah was saying, I wasn't sure what was going to come out. I have had the luck and fortune to be part of a few hackathons before, but they were more technology hackathons. So it was really interesting for me to produce something that's related to project management and PMO in a hackathon setup. So I think it was I had a lot of expectations, but I was also kind of apprehensive on how it will happen. So, but I think everybody that I interacted seemed to really know their stuff, and they were really knowledgeable. So actually, it was quite easy. Sometimes it was the difficult part was that we had too many ideas, and maybe too many good ones, and we were we had to arbitrate. But I think the experience was really enjoyable. I really had fun doing this. And then the credit is to all of you and to, of course, PMO Global Alliance, Americo and his team to make this happen. And I think the important thing is, I mean, we can't, I think as we were discussing yesterday, this can't be perfect. This is the first time. And I think the idea is to improve ourselves, every time we do it. So, the mechanisms and the way we, went about it may not be the best, but I think we started at a really good place, and it's only upwards from here. So again, stay safe and keep up the good work, and I think we'll be in touch, I'm sure, with respect to so many of these projects that we're talking. And congratulations to all of you on the projects that you've worked with.
So hello everyone, and welcome to the PMO Global Alliance PMO Hackathon COVID-19. I would like to thank COVID-19 first of all, because it gave us the opportunity to get connected and to know each other very well and to work with each other actually. I am Iman from Bahrain. I work as a change management specialist. I work on change management and project management. I study my doctorate right now and team dynamics and its impact on project success. The second thing is that I am a published author. I issued 3 books so far. The second book was around project management, The Game Changer, and the third book is about women on success. Well, actually, when it comes to this experience, I find it very fruitful and very productive. It's an enjoyable experience for me. I get connected to professional people from around the world. They are so experienced, they are so professional, they are so keen to help each other, they are so collaborative. I enjoyed working with every one of you. I enjoyed that spirit, the team spirit that you have demonstrated throughout the whole journey. I enjoyed the experience overall. I'm so thankful to the PMO Global Alliance for letting us, for having this opportunity actually, and for letting us to join it in such a short period of time. I'm grateful to all of you. I'm really feeling great and grateful to everyone. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, this is Marine from Pakistan. First of all, I would like to thank you, Abhishek, for connecting all of us over this for this meeting, because nobody thought of this, that after getting done with all the projects, we would be having, an informal sort of a discussion and sharing our experience. Though we have submitted the lessons learned, some of us might haven't so far, but the lessons, what we learned few were based on the projects we work upon, but I believe that this platform, PMO Global Alliance, have really put in a great effort to connect everyone during this period where it was the need of time, because I would say that we all are working remotely, we're working from home, and we're doing the same repetitive work which we used to do in our offices. PMO Global Alliance made us work on something that I would consider as a noble cause, because most of us, we're like PMOs, and most of us have done PMP. So in change management, we know that there are like corrective actions and preventive actions. Many countries will consider all what we have done as corrective action, what we have taken for organization, that I believe as learning. But the way most of us have molded this COVID hackathon as into crisis management, I believe this is more of a preventive work we have done. And going forward, I know that no matter which project is selected and top 5, every single project is important because every single project was chosen with some vision, and more or less they will address some issue that might or go forbid might happen in future. So and like Iman said, that thanks to COVID that this need was created. And plus I would say that we shouldn't be like disconnecting after this. We need to identify more opportunities because all of us who have participated, we have experience, we do know that there are few gaps still in the industry. So we need to identify those gaps, and we need to come up with more ideas for such hackathons. And working remotely with such a time difference and still managing your office work and these projects is not so easy. But we all made it, and that's it. And I would still like to thank Americo, because it's all his effort that he did not let us lose the hope that we will deliver. No matter there were 13 projects out of 35, but still it happened. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. A little bit about myself. My name is Lamia Al-Harbi. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm working at a local authority as a project manager, specifically in a field of research and development. I do have a PMP certificate, and I have a master in engineering management. Regarding this experience, actually, it was my very first time attending and participating in such an experience. I find it very interesting. What really amazed me that regardless of from which part of the world we are, all professionals, all highly experts people gather together and connected, put our minds together to provide solutions and to giving back to our community and society. I do appreciate this. It was an amazing learning experience. Thank you so much for PMO Global Alliance for providing us this opportunity. And thank you all. Yeah, stay safe and best of luck.
So, hi all. This is Noura from Saudi Arabia. For me, this is the first time to participate in such experience. For me, this experience taught me a lot and many things, many interesting things that I really do appreciate. For me, I'm more than happy of being a part of this journey. I'm so happy and proud of the whole experience and the result. Having the chance also to getting to know a professional like you from all around the world is a really interesting thing for me and really achievement for me. A big shout out for the and a huge thank for Global Alliances and everyone for their inspiration, their positive energy and their collaboration during this 6 years. Thank you all, and this is all from my.
Hello everyone. So how are you? How is everybody there?
Great. How are you?
So sorry for being late. I was trying my best to join you guys, but it was a bit hard, but finally I made it. Okay, well, generally speaking, I mean, we're just kidding about the war and fight, but generally speaking, it has been an amazing experience, you know, specifically during this time, when we're all experiencing some crises and abnormal situations. It's really good to gather with people who are somehow kind of professionally in the same line with you and on the same track. And so it really, you know, for me, it was an amazing experience because You can experience different cultures, different points of views. And I love the challenge, to be honest, specifically this one.
Despite all this, I believe we have done a lot of brainstorming on the idea and how we have presented it. So that's, I think that's the most commendable thing, right?
Yeah, sure. Just kidding.
And, starting with any project is secondary thing. and that too in a short time span, right? Within 1 week. So a lot of ideas have come up.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Indeed.
To be honest, indeed. We still have ideas in mind.
Yeah.
So we can elaborate them, we can define as projects, we guys are hyperactive, all of us. So that's good for Americo.
Yeah, just like him.
Yeah, just like him.
Americo.
Exactly, just like him. He's full of energy and ideas, and it seems like ideas are just bouncing out of his head. And
they never stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Americo doesn't sleep. Yeah. Well, nice people all have to go. So
sure, Deborah.
Same
it was
here.
a very big pleasure to meeting you all, and we'll see each other soon.
Thank you, Deborah.
Sure.
So guys, I need to go. I need to go either, but it was really amazing. I really did my best to join. And so I'm gonna see you on Slack later on, okay?
Thanks for working with you all, as you guys have a lot of energy. So you guys put in a lot of, you guys have shared a lot of knowledge, which was very useful for me. So as this was my first hackathon, so I got to know each one of you, work with each one of you. So it was great fun, great knowledge experience, great learning experience for me. So overall, I'm thankful to PMO Global Alliance and would be looking out for such more association where we can again meet each other virtually, and we can again have a fight India-Iran war. we can have another India-Iran war, or maybe this time India-Brazil, or maybe India-Pakistan.
I was the only one from Pakistan. And we always keep on fighting. So you choose another country.
So it should be a healthy and constructive war, right?
This kind of wall we can afford to have.
Correct.
Right.
Yes, definitely.
So overall, this is a great platform where anyone can have, any country can have war with each other in order to produce some great outcome.
Yeah, wonderful.
Cold War.
As long as they are producing some great outcome, great, outstanding, commendable outcome, the war is acceptable.
Perfect.
And as long as they are staying on top of the list.
True.
Very good.
Had many meetings that was like 12 o'clock a.m. here by us, and then I'd stay awake for those meetings, and then the next morning we have something that we've got to deliver. So I had very few hours sleep. I also found I was a bit of a zombie after a while.
Correct. So I was like almost awake for almost all 7 days. So I slept only for 3 hours.
Well, that is commitment. I'm telling you, Abhishek, that's commitment. But when you...
Yeah, we could see that from the number of conversations, right?
Yes. I was just going to say, Abhishek, how many, you were one of the top guys. I think you were the first, number one with the amount of conversations, eh?
Yes.
Correct.
I was 4, but I was way behind you. If I had to beat you, I'd also have to stay awake the whole day. What was also nice, I felt, was, the mentors and the tutors, even the organizers. I mean, the way they actually interacted with the teams weren't like mentors or whatever. They were like team members. They contributed. They were active, that was very nice.
Absolutely. So once everybody was on the team, so it was one team only, right? So no distinction whether they are tutors, mentors, right? So everybody contributed. And that's the intent of a hackathon.
That's right.
Have you guys, so this was my first hackathon, hey? And when I joined, I thought, no, you know what, I'm going to do the sideline thing, like Manila said, he's doing now with the IT thing. And I was like, what the heck is this? What are we going to do? Must we hack software, or what's the story? And I was just sucked in when the action started. And the big mistake I made was I got involved in 4 projects. And then I had to say to Asma and Project 9, you know, Asma, you've got a big team, eh? I'm going to have to drop off. You've got the very good team, strong team. You're going to have to say goodbye to me. And then it reduced to 3. But the other projects, I mean, I couldn't bail because we needed the membership. Next time, I think I would be a bit more cautious about getting involved in more than 2, eh? You guys also, you were involved in lots, eh?
Oh,
yeah.
Too many.
Yeah, for me also it was 4 projects, but I think initially I thought that it would take more time, more involvement, right? So somewhat it was looking hectic, but I think it gave a good exposure as well, right? So that was the good thing. Though I could not contribute at the same level to all 4 projects, but I think it was a good exposure, right? And that's how people learn, right?
Correct. So I too have 4 projects, and some of the project, I mean, it doesn't have forget about project leader, it doesn't have a team member as well. So thanks to Gaurav, Karthik, Marine, so we could able to deliver those projects.
I remember I was telling to him that we don't have a leader, we are mentors, we're supposed to support them, not lead. And he was like, I don't care, that's not we're meant to do, we can and do it. And that was the time when I think that was project 10. So it just, yes.
I completed one project completely on my own. So I said to the guys, you know, this is like, to me, it's a really important subject and it's critical to the whole virtual working thing. And that was the virtual decision making. But no one was interested in it. I tried to go and get people from the resources part. I just tried. And then America and them came to me and they said, listen here, you must now, how are you going to do this? You don't have team members. So I said to Radu, you know, Radu, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't have team members. I think this is important though. I thought he's going to help me get people. He then said to me, okay, do it on your own. so I had to do that on my own. Shucks. Anyways, no. But it was good experiences. It was nice.
Yeah, it's real fun. I mean, it's
unique.
Correct.
You know what I said to on the lessons learned, I said to the guys, you know what, I think we should also do a bit more. You know, the stuff that we did that day, it was actually too late when we started sharing the food we're making and all of that. It would be nice if we had some facilitator or whatever that can keep that channel alive, can keep interest going, because that's also a nice way to learn to know people around the world, and they're not involved in the project. You see the personal side. It's very nice. I really enjoy it.
We have got the facilitator with us who can keep it.
I think we can stay up for next 365 days as well, just to keep that channel alive.
That's the big question, right?
But you know, guys, that's what you're saying, Marina, is so important, because just to think about it, you know, we're going to now go on with our own lives and things, but there's so much value that we can add to each other. There are questions that we can ask. You know, some of these questions, like I'm interested to know, because I want to know more about a project management tool called PM Aspire, you know? So a question I would want to ask all of you guys is, have you ever heard of it? What do you think of it? You know, those kind of things. And this is like a worldwide international group. I mean, how can you get better information than that, you know? Or ask someone, this is my project. I've got this project. I've got these challenges over the world. What are your insights? How would you deal with it? It would be nice to keep this alive.
Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So it would give actually that live exposure in the project, right, which people are actually facing. right? So somebody could have already implemented that solution and they can share it.
Do you think that Slack is the right for this? I mean, just to stay connected, or we can switch to WhatsApp and make a group there, because that would be more, and in my opinion, that would be more convenient. Because
Yeah,
on Slack,
definitely, I agree.
have
Yes, I
WhatsApp
do
would be
agree.
more definitely
so many
convenient.
other projects and groups, so sometimes I just skip, and the messages even. So
Yes.
we can create a group. We can, and I'm sure Abhishek would be the one
Yeah.
who will again lead this.
Absolutely. So that's a good suggestion, Marin. I agree that WhatsApp is more convenient.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to then have that interaction. Even if someone doesn't need help, but geez, they had this good experience on a project, to say, we had this overwhelming project, we didn't know how to solve it, and all of a sudden this idea came from the team and it worked,
Knowledge sharing, yeah.
Is LinkedIn, LinkedIn I think is also public domain, so you kind of don't want to, you kind of have your, sometimes you've got a question, I'm going to be honest, that you feel is a bit dumb, I'm going to ask.
So we can create a LinkedIn group and we can invite members, right? Whomsoever we want. So we can do that.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's also one of my idea. I mean, I thought of discussing it here. So I think we can create a group in LinkedIn, and Gaurav can tag all of us, and he can create a group, and he can also so he can also let anyone else, whoever wanted to join, so they can also join outside PMO Global Alliance. So that way we'll cover everything.
That'll be good. Yeah, because we can refer people that we know, we kind of see they're the right person for the group. Obviously, you're not going to just refer to all your friends, and it's you need to be selective if you actually invite people to the group, so it doesn't become like it's diluted, and it's
Absolutely.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to introduce you to my child. This is my child. I've got another child, but she's normally not on my lap. This one doesn't leave my side. She follows me everywhere, and she is very happy about lockdown, because when I go to the office, she sits at the gate from the time that I leave till the time I get back. So this is my child. Like I said, I stay in Johannesburg. I'm lucky enough, and I don't know, it was insane because my rental agreement actually expired end of March. So I was planning to move on the 31st of March, and then they announced the lockdown, but they only gave us a day. So I had to throw everything I had in boxes. My whole family had to come and help me, and we had to just move out in one day. So I came to my folks' place and I just dumped everything here. And then just after that, it was the hackathon. So now my duty is to go through all these boxes. But yeah, like I said, I've been in project management, program management, mostly strategic, for now about 20 years. I've really focused quite a lot of time on portfolio management and PMO maturity, setting up centers of excellence, where we link up portfolios with a business strategy and all of those kind of things. So I've had a blessed exposure in the last 20 years, I must say. It's always come up in a way that I didn't really plan it, but it's just happened, And I've started contributing quite a lot to the PM community as from last year. In our country, we've got PMSA. They are a great corporation, organization, NGO, really bring together South African project management capabilities. So I've started contributing content for them, for LinkedIn, for also magazines and so on. Then I'm an author for the PM magazine. So I also enjoy that, trying to contribute in that way, just lessons learned, things we know, things we've heard. Yes, and then Global Alliance, I mean, that's a nice one. I really enjoyed. I think this is probably the best organization or the affiliation that I'm involved in. and it's my passion to add value. So, I mean, if I didn't have to eat or whatever, I'd probably rather just contribute in the way I am. And oh yeah, I'm doing my master's as well. I'm kind of on a sabbatical with my master's, and that gives me a little bit more time when I've got things submitted and I'm waiting for feedback, that I can actually do things and contribute, you know. So that's me.
As I said before, yeah, I'm staying in Thessaloniki. It's north part of Greece. A city about 1 million people. I have a family, my wife and one child, son. His name is Stelios, about 4 years old. I'm project manager since 2007, about 13, 14 years. Also, I'm doing in the university, in one of the universities of the city, PhD now, and I'm researching the field, the project management. So I'm trying to, the main subject that I'm focused is hybrid project management. So I'm trying to develop a methodology, and now I'm doing some qualitative analysis, and I will continue with quantitative. The projects that we are running, the company that I'm employed is in ICT, infrastructure, IT systems, networks. That's the main in public and private sectors. That's the main projects that the company takes. I'm also involved, and so I was telling that I am doing also PhD, and also I'm involved with PMI because I'm PMP certified, and I'm trying there to. I'm writing. Basically, I'm writing articles through my PhD studies. So I need to go to present to conferences. And I'm volunteering with the chapter here in Greece, the PMI Greek chapter. We have a team in Athens, the capital of Greece, and here in Thessaloniki, and we're doing every month, every 2 weeks, some remote meetings. That's a brief description.
You know, this WhatsApp group, you know, what we can do is we can say, hey, this is a question or whatever, and then, you know, you get discussion, and maybe someone might decide, okay, fine, you know, this is not something we can really chat over WhatsApp, and we'll then maybe do like a Zoom call rather, you know.
Correct. So what I was, what I was thinking, so that we can always have either WhatsApp or Telegram group in the name of some PMO or some other name, so which will be little different from our PMO Global Alliance. So not only, we'll not only ask for solutions to each other, we can also share, we can also share any training or any courses available, so that it can be handy for any one of us. And also we can share all the job openings related to our areas. So that'll also be very useful. So some of our connections, which are not part of our which will be not part of our group, but they'll be looking out for a job change, we can always forward it to them.
Exactly. Yeah. And we can refer, you know, say for instance, one of us really need a good resource, and they've been looking, they can't find someone. Maybe we can refer someone to each other, you know.
Correct.
Sure. Yeah, that's nice.
The one thing I'm very interested in, guys, is the way business is going to operate when this is all over, because a lot of people think that remote working is going to take over. If that's the case, I mean, you can have international teams working on a program, and I mean, that would be fantastic. But I'm just wondering if this is the way it's going to go. I'm really interested to see the end of COVID for many other reasons, but I also want to see, I'm really inquisitive to see what's going to happen. Yeah, so you know what? That's nice, because I mean, you working with someone like PMI, that kind of gives us a lot of insights and knowledge from that side, eh?
Yeah, there is a very, very good knowledge. I know. I think you know the site also, projectmanagement.com. If I'm right now. Yeah, and you can find it if you are also a member. You can find many resources there. And I'm also I will try also to publish there some articles in the near future. Maybe it's very interesting because you can give and take back, of course.
Yeah, you can share your articles with us. That would be great. I mean, I can do the same with my articles that I share with the PM magazine. Send a link to you guys, because obviously the knowledge belongs to them. But perfect. I mean, a link to their site, and I mean, that's just sharing, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, Teo, how are you?
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, hi, Teo.
Okay. My name's Taya Richards, as I guess you would have gathered by now. So I would refer to myself as a PMO consultant. Really been focused, I've purposely focused on the PMO, particularly for the past 6 years. So personally, I'm married, I've got 3 children. The first one's 19, the second one is 17, and the third one is going to be 15 in a couple of months.
Wow.
So we all live together, in the UK with my husband. My husband's a barrister in Nigeria, so he works a lot abroad. And I'm a PMO consultant, really focused on the PMO because I just felt that it was an aspect, because I've always worked in technology and technical stuff is not really my thing. So I was really avoiding going down the project management route. I'm constantly told that I was born to be a project manager, but I just hate the meetings and sitting down endlessly chatting and not getting to do anything else. So I've constantly avoided delivery, to be honest. And I felt that, sitting in the office, in the support space where I get to solve problems, so I get to review processes, choose the right tools, go into delivery and find out root causes for problems. I just felt that was a more varied way of approaching project management, rather than kind of like being a project manager, becoming a subject matter expert and really having to sit in endless meetings, discussing the delivery of something, coordinating people, cajoling people, influencing people, negotiating, endless meetings day in, day out. I just thought, no, this is not really for me. So going forward, I mean, I think the hackathon was really pivotal for me personally, because really working with so many people who I would consider to be quite experts in their field, and really collaborating with them and really getting to a point that we were able to proffer so many solutions. That was really pivotal for me. So now, this week, I think, for the last week or so, it's given me so many insights to myself and my capabilities and what I could actually do in terms of solutions in other ways. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Hey.
Hi, Karthik.
Hi, Karthik. Taya, just one thing, I must say, you carry your age well, because if you have kids that age, I mean, hey, you look good.
You know what people actually say to me?
That's a good point, Aileen.
Yeah. Do you know what people say to me? They say, so, when did you have them? Did you have them when were you a teenage mom then? It's like, I'm not a teenage mom. I'm going to be 50 in about 3 years or so. So I have children Yeah, exactly. I said, no, when I was in my 20s, I was not going to be with no man that was not going to be, I did not rush into marriage or anything like that. No, I was like, any man who's going to step up to me, he needs to know what he's about. So I took my time settling down. And people can't believe that, oh my God, you're going to be 50 in like 3 years. Are you kidding me? It's like, yes, we can't all be rich and famous. So we're going to all have our little thing, right? So there you go.
I think, Kartik, I'm feeling sorry for you because you actually came a bit late, but we're all introducing ourselves here.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I hope you're able to hear me.
Yes, we all can hear you.
Yes.
Sorry. I strangely was thinking Sunday is going to be free, but I got caught on some other call. So I couldn't, join. And then I think I missed, at least I saw, I think, part of Teo's introduction. So I think that's enough. So I'm done for the day in terms of introduction. I think that one was good. So I think, introduction. All right. I will not talk about my age after Teo spoken about it. So the lesser said, the better. Because I'm probably carrying mine for sure. I think largely the last. I'm based out of Bangalore. It's the same city as Abhishek. So I had no escape from him one way or the other. Even if I get away from the remote working, I'm sure he'll catch me in person somewhere, or I will. So professionally, last maybe 20 years, working with various corporations, largely, and I was kind of resonating with what Theo was saying earlier. Largely, I switched between, functions and delivery organizations and the PMO function. So I've switched between them quite a lot. My idea there was to learn from one and carry it to the other. Currently, I work with a travel technology company, and I primarily manage the PMO function in Bangalore, in India. That's, I think, the introduction on Hackathon. I think it wasn't my first hackathon, but I think it was the most interesting one that I've got into. Because for one time, I was really happy that we weren't delivering any kind of software. And the deliverables were far more interesting, maybe far more challenging. So I think that was real good fun. And I think all of you had really, really great ideas. And it was just really nice to listen to those ideas and learn from them. So I think I shouldn't be announcing this, but I stole quite a few hours from my work hours as well. I hope no one at my workplace is listening. And I was working on this as well. So I think that was the kind of interest that it generated. And I think some of the initial groups were with you, with all of you. So I think really good ideas there. I was kind of getting really excited hearing all of that. But I think the challenge always with hackathons is what do you do after that? One, everything else is, one, you have to go back to your regular job, which is always boring. Two is, how you carry the projects forward. So that's also kind of very important. And to make sure we sustain sustain and get something out of it. That I think is the thing. But I think from all of you, I would like to thank you for really making this interesting for me. So thank you. That's it. That's my speech.
That was great working with you as well, Kartik. I mean, you were one of the mentors that got really involved and helped us. It's been really good working with you.
Same here, Kartik.
Same here. And in fact, from my side, I later came to know that Kartik was my senior at my college.
Oh, joking! No,
I was not knowing earlier.
Yeah, neither did I. And that can tell you who's younger, but okay.
Of course you're younger, Kartik. Of course you're younger.
Don't worry.
Alas, no. But yeah, I think it was really nice to catch up with Gaurav because we've been catching, we've been talking a couple of times after the hackathon, and it's been really nice to reminisce about all the good stuff we did then.
So we had a long chat of 1.5 hours almost, I believe, about professors and the environment at our college, right? That was real fun.
Yeah, we both realized it was equally bad, even though we were 3 years apart. So.
Oh God!
I entered, he passed out.
Yeah, you joined when I passed out.
Yeah, the thing is, now you guys have venting buddies. You can vent about the badness of the college without getting into trouble.
Yes, for sure. That's what we did.
Before you guys joined Taya Katuk, we were just chatting about, keeping these connections because they're really valuable,
Sure.
And like we were saying, sharing successes, that will give each of us an idea. Also, when we've got a challenge somewhere, like putting it out there, because I found in the hackathon, most of the people that joined are very creative, innovative. So we thought, LinkedIn, but a private LinkedIn account or group channel.
Yeah.
Because
I think it makes sense. And I think we all face problems that are not necessarily, that have a set pattern and can be solved, based on something that already exists. So we always bump into things like that, or at least that we don't have experience of. So we could always ask each other. I think there's a good opportunity to to learn from that. I think it's a very good idea.
We are just exploring ideas, either LinkedIn or WhatsApp. So, not only to include the people that we know during PMO Global Alliance. Other outside people are also welcome to join our group, who are basically the project managers who belongs to the same domain, same alignment. So that way we can help each other and help our community to grow.
Okay. I would definitely go for LinkedIn. To be honest with you, I really didn't appreciate the impact of LinkedIn until we did the hackathon. So when we started, so I get a lot of updates about what Garuv's doing, for instance.
Same here, Tayo.
I can't remember what Garuv. I've had 3 postings from Garuv lately, and it's like, oh, okay, Garuv's been keeping busy, or he's making us think that he's busy, So he's always sharing so many great things. So I think because our professional lives is where we've hooked up, and that's where we hope to grow the relationship, if you like. We can start with sharing with one another when we see things that are interesting. And then if there is a group that is on there, if there's a capability to create a group, I think that would be a very good extension. And I'm really, 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 really hoping that the judging process goes through and they really do. I don't care which one of those projects that they take for, but the point is, right now, all we've actually generated are some concepts. We haven't proven the concept yet. So it's like as if we've just done half of the journey. We haven't actually got to the promised land, if you like, yet. So I'm hoping whenever we do that, we can then all come together because we've maintained the relationship and still work together to be able to get to the final destination. So I'm hoping that we don't leave too much time between that, because but once we all start to get back to normalcy and things like that, it's very easy to get sucked into life again. So that's my hope. So I would love LinkedIn to be a consideration. Yeah, that would be good.
Absolutely. I fully agree with you. That's very true. Yeah.
On a lighter note, the way Gaurav is going, I think LinkedIn is going to hire him sooner or later.
No, either.
So, I think we'll let him create the group.
You guys are actually motivating me to share a lot of things, right? It's the motivation which I get from people like you.
I'm just taking the prerogative of being a senior and pulling your leg. But on a serious note, we should be able to create that group, right, Gaurav? Like similar to the groups that we have, that we are part of, some other groups we are part of.
Yeah.
But what we also said, which is nice, is there are a couple of contributors to our competency in their countries. And, like I said, I write for PM Magazine. I'm also contributing to PMSA. And I mean, we can send our publication links to the group.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Things like that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're right, Ali.
Definitely, yeah.
Because I
think
found
it'll
that
be quite useful.
one thing that I found that I didn't realize that when I got to the hackathon, I thought, why is there so much an emphasis on remote working? So when we finished the hackathon, I didn't actually realize that there was a raging debate on it's been such a hot topic, and I've never actually bumped into the topic. Yes, I work from home and everything like that, but I didn't realize that it was a topic. So now we've got consultants around remote working, and that it was actually a thing. So what I'm trying to point out is that when you're working, you're always looking inward. There's not a lot of time to look outward. So as such, that when we have these kind of gatherings, you really now have a situation where you are connected to the outside world, because when people are writing articles and doing it, what they're doing is they're talking about the now, as opposed to your own PMO. You're so insular, you're so working focused on what you guys are doing. There's not a lot of time sometimes to find out what the cutting edge is or the best practices, what the thing is right now. So I would really appreciate us really having contact, if and the fact that taking rights, these kind of things, that would be very useful, I think.
Very
Agreed.
true. And that's the
I
way.
agree.
Yeah, definitely. How each one of us will learn from others' experiences and how we can improve better, right, in our projects and maybe across the different projects running in different organizations, right?
Yes, you're right.
Abhishek, maybe what you must do for us is, just highlight what we did in this, because it was your meeting, to update the guys that wanted to attend but obviously got stuck. I mean, Sundays sometimes are a bit difficult for some.
Yeah.
So that they just know what our idea is, so that they...
Yeah. And you know what would be another useful thing for that group on LinkedIn is keeping us abreast as to what's happening with the hackathon. So say, it wasn't until Eileen posted the dates that I realized that I'd missed out on so much. So, keeping us all up to date on that particular group on LinkedIn to say, right, we're now counting down. They've chosen these projects, blah, blah, blah. If you want to be involved, let's start forming the team. That kind of thing would also be useful, I think.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Taya, you guys missed it, but we said we need to continue with this coffee cooler chat. We need to keep on posting cakes we're making, these talented people.
People are making cakes.
Yes.
You missed it out.
Yeah.
You need to look.
I don't do cakes. My son keeps on telling me, Mom, you need to learn how to bake and blah blah blah. I said, what? Are there no cakes in the shop? There are no biscuits in the shop? Your mom is not busy enough.
Abhishek is a very good cook.
I don't do cake. I don't do cakes either. I just eat them, and I'm ready to meet Abhishek.
Yeah,
Abhishek is the person.
Yeah, he's got a fallback.
He's the go-to person.
Yeah, he's got a fallback if he's ever challenged with getting projects. He can open a bakery.
Okay. All right.
So before you joined, Abhishek told that he used to sleep only for 3 hours during hackathon period.
Yeah, correct.
And that's why he's the topmost person with maximum conversations.
Now we know why he has the future. He has his future defined. He's practicing.
Right. Yes.
I noticed that. I noticed that Abhishek had quite a high score when it came to conversations. It's like,
He
my
was
goodness.
number one.
Was he talking to anybody? Was there at some point he was just talking to himself? Like, okay, I'm just gonna run the conversation.
Well, the law of averages should show us that, because the next person after him had only half the number of conversations that he had.
Wow.
So obviously he had some conversations with himself.
You know what we must do is we must put like one of these bot verifiers, because maybe Abhishek's got a bot and that was chatting.
Ooh, he could have programmed one of those bots. I'm going now. That's on my behalf. Keep an eye on everything, because
exactly.
the question was asked. Abhishek will be one of the first people to answer it. Like, no, that's not what the committee is saying. No, don't do that.
So that is part of conversational AI, right?
Abhishek is keeping an eye on things, because I asked a particular question. I remember one. They said, no, that's not the way. This is the way you should be thinking. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, I'll take that on board. So yeah, that was really useful. I found that quite useful, actually.
Yeah. Well, were you connected to IBM Watson, and like had a bot on that side?
Yes, I think the next hackathon could be with that. Yes, I think it's a good idea.
Wow. Okay.
It'll avoid some controversial statements also, and the bot will pretty much say the same thing. So we'll all be safe.
Bot will also learn.
Yeah, that's also true. Maybe Abhishek will train it. Abhishek, be careful.
No, but guys, we'll keep it to ourselves so that we can get the highest rating, and we're all connected to Watson, and we'll just be those people that never sleep and people are amazed with.
The people in the know, always knowing. I think
what I'm thinking, we can probably take Gaurav's help. We can create a software where we are not available, but they can respond on our behalf. So we can do it based on artificial intelligence and automation. So we don't have to. So we don't have to be available all the time.
Okay.
I think I already was doing it. Most of the conversations were Abhishek saying something and me saying, "Yes, I agree with you, Abhishek." I think I was already a bot, I think.
So this means at that time human was not in the loop, right?
Okay.
He actually put his children up, and he said, anybody says anything, you just type, I agree.
Just agree with everybody. Oh gosh.
Unless it's this person, then don't agree.
Okay. Keep an eye keep an eye. You see that one that's called Teo? Keep an eye on her. She don't know what's going on, so don't agree with anything she says.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? I mean, so you know, if the video is off, I can just put her on the meetings. I'm saying, do you just say this and this? She doesn't know anything about project management, so she'd have to keep it very general.
Okay, that might be challenging, Eileen. That might be challenging.
No, it's just a joke.
Oh gosh. All right. So what's the plan now?
So looks like
the LinkedIn thing.
Correct. LinkedIn, but before that, I'm the last one to go.
Oh yes, sorry, Abhishek.
No problem.
When I think I did not also cover, I got disconnected.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Let's hear it then, Abhishek.
Yeah, good.
So I have total 14 plus years of experience into governance processes, defining governance processes, setting up PMO for organizations, and from last 3-4 years I've been into delivery. So I've been working as a project manager from past 14 plus years, and I'm open to new challenges. So I have a lot of people say I have a lot of energy, so I just wanted to test it how much energy I have.
Okay.
Lot of energy.
You passed. You've got lots of energy.
I think yeah. I think you did.
Yeah. But do remember, not everyone has. Okay, Abhishek.
Yeah.
So my only problem is when I work, I expect other people to respond me immediately when I send them. So that basically I started learning from past 5-6 years to have little bit of patience, because everybody work on their own time zone, their own, I mean, everybody has their own cycle of responding. It's a human cycle. So people cannot be the same the way I work. So that's why that's why immediately when I send a response, I'll take a walk and come back.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing, because I mean, I think the guys that passed the end line of the marathon, I think we're all very driven individuals. So yeah, I've had this thing where people call me into to save projects, you know, and I've become like kind of like renowned for that. And the problem is I work with those teams and I actually feel so bad afterwards, because I get things done, but it's like you, Abhishek. I mean, I burn the people out. The stuff's done. I've got the energy and I'm like, why are you guys complaining? And then afterwards, you know, you speak to the guys and they're like, you know, this was just too much, you know, we need like a month of rest now.
Yes. And one of the best part is, so when I'm involved deeply in something, anybody tells me anything, I never feel bad, because I never thought of what they have told me.
Because you're too engrossed in what you're doing. You're thinking, okay, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's terribly disappointing. I've tried that so many times. Very sad.
So apart from project management, I love cooking, I love writing.
Awesome.
Excellent.
That makes sense.
So that's all.
So you love typing as well, then?
Yeah. Anywhere, either it's laptop or mobile or iPad, anywhere.
So he's a strong communicator. Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it sounds like you've got a creative part of you, which is, I mean, quite good to be innovative and creative. To bake a cake like that, you've got to be creative.
And the best part, I could able to invest this much time into hackathon. It's only because usually me and my wife, we had a fight who will cook. So these 7-8 days, my wife has been enjoying that I'm not entering into kitchen.
Shame. You know, it's actually quite funny, guys. Because I'm living here now, my sister's living here with her kids, and my father and mother is here. We've just decided, no ways, we've got to do a schedule. So we've got a schedule on the fridge, who's cooking and who's cleaning for every day. And guess who put that up? The project manager.
Of course.
So the day our hackathon is over, my wife was very disappointed.
Let me ask, does she have to do the cleaning?
No, we have a pact. I mean, whoever cook, they'll have to clean everything.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why she wants to cook, because the cleaning is the worst.
So that's all. That's all about me.
Okay.
Now we got Gaurav.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I am again from India, as Karthik and Abhishek. And I have been more into project and program management. And apart from that, I'm more inclined towards technology. So I'm basically RPA projects in my organization, including AI as well. And apart from that, I am very fond of agile projects and personal agility. So that's my main area of interest. So rather, I should have a passion, right?
Yeah.
So I executed projects in traditional model also, but I focus more towards executing mixed portfolios, right? Where you cannot completely get away with traditional approach and also adopt best practices from agile. So that's my interest. And apart from that, I also love writing on new technologies and new areas. One of the magazines on which I write is Analytics India magazine. So you must have seen posts from my side. And other than that, I also write on projectmanagement.com. So a few articles have been published.
PM Magazine. PM Magazine.
Projectmanagement.com.
Okay, okay, I haven't seen that
part
one.
of PMI. So PMI is actually, yeah, it's taken care by PMI.
Excellent. You can see us you send us a link to one of your articles. It'll be nice.
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
And other than that, I've been a reviewer for Standard for Earned Value Management from PMI also. And I was part of that draft committee. So these are my interests. And other than that, I also love cooking little bit, not much. Simple recipes.
Well, if it's just a little, is that then you can't? Can you really say you love cooking if you just like to do it a little bit?
Yeah. when it is needed. When it is needed.
Okay, as and when needed.
As and when needed.
So you like to cook iteratively and on an incremental basis, then?
Yeah, I do that.
He likes agile cooking.
Agile
big
cooking.
Recipes, which takes a lot of hours. 15-20 minutes. Yeah. Because that gives me an opportunity to evolve.
Exactly. So you can decide whether or not, okay, this particular recipe only requires 2 features. That's fine.
That's
move on.
Perfect description.
He's only interested in the MVP. That's all.
Yeah, MVP.
Return on investment.
No salt. No salt.
See, this is what I like about Zoom. You don't spend too much on the time. It's already telling us now, you've already used 43 minutes.
Correct.
You're going to end this call soon. Very good use of time, I think. Very good.
Sure. Yeah, perfect.
And as far as this hackathon goes, I think it was a tremendous experience. So since this was my first hackathon, right? And I never participated in hackathon earlier. And I really learned a lot from this hackathon, especially how people from different countries and different cultures work together, right? So that tremendous experience. Apart from this, the brainstorming, the ideas which came, so that was really good. And in fact, I shared this internally with my organization also, right? So this is the event which is going on and how people have interacted, right?
Awesome.
So, really great.
Awesome.
So this is about me.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Yeah, great, Gaurav. Despite whatever college we went to, you seem to have done well.
Yes.
True, Karthik.
So lastly, I would like to thank each one of you. It's been great meeting all of you, seeing all of you virtually, and working.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you. Thanks everyone, and stay safe.
Stay safe.
Yeah,
stay safe.
Yeah,
stay safe, guys.
Right,
See you soon. See you soon.
See you soon.
And we'll be in touch.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
See you. See
Okay, bye-bye.
So I'll
Anything.
So I'll
you. Stay safe.